the Fresno Focus Radio Hour. This is the No Focus Radio Hour. Comedy and insight from the greatest minds in Fresno. A Lightomine Media production. That's right, this is the No Focus Radio Hour. We want to remind you to subscribe to the No Focus Radio Hour. We are available wherever podcasts are sold, and remember to subscribe and leave a review. As you're reviewing, just remember that it helps people discover our shows, and so, you might want to rate us 5 stars, because it's the correct number of stars. If you enjoy the show, share it with your friends, and if you hate it, share it with your enemies. Become a member of the No Focus Radio Club at nofocusradio.com. There you can find exclusive content and merch. Content like the Gavin Newsom devil picture. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our handle is at No Focus Radio. You can find the rest of our shows at lightominemedia.com. Eric, it's all yours, buddy.
Hey. I can't be with you, you can't be true. Now I know just what I got to do. Hit the ground running, running just as fast as I can for my next shot.
Oh!
Running. Give me some more of that shot juice.
Goodness. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the only radio hour made for those who live in the Central Valley, for those who miss the Central Valley, and for those who long to live in the Central Valley. As always, we have our beautiful cast of characters. We have the Doorman on vocals.
Hey, Fresno, how are you doing? Still smoky out there?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, you doing
It's smoky.
all right.
We also have with us Mr. Marty Stupidasso.
Hey, we weren't canceled from last week, so I'm excited.
At least not yet. That's good.
Yet. Yeah.
We'll see what happens. We also have with us Mr. Don Schlicks.
Hey, I've heard that we are the #1 show in Sacramento, and a big fan. Gavin Newsom is our #1 fan. He listens all the time, so thank you, Governor.
Yeah.
Wow, the governor.
The governator.
I hear that this is what happens when he comes out. Oh, this is called Cultist Chant, but it's not working. Yeah. Anyways, those are not good sounds.
We can't turn it off. It's
He's found
us! Run! The show has been taken over, folks.
Those are not good. How about this one? Here we go. Let's do this one here. No, also bad. Those are bad. Anyways,
we gotta pre-check those sound.
I gotta work better on the sound effects.
I heard that he has a new bow and arrow, Gavin, and he's kind of like Hawkeye. But his arrows are syringes full of the vaccine.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
And he never misses. He's
never misses.
So you get all sorts of boosters if you're not careful.
Well, before we get too far, we got a guy there behind the board.
John.
Oh,
me.
Yeah, you. And let me tell you something here. I heard they call you Johnny Knobs.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why do they call you Johnny Knobs?
So I was doing theater. I used to do a lot of theater. And this is probably circa 2000. Almost fell off my chair. It's probably 2000.
Excited there.
It's like 2007. I was in a production of Fiddler on the Roof. And this one time, the media guy, in the booth, like the lighting designer, the sound guys, they didn't show up, the tech crew.
Oh, okay.
So I was backstage, I was playing Laser Wolf. They called me back. I had to run to the back.
Laser Wolf is such a cool name for such like a not very good part in a show.
It's a good part. I had to run back up to the booth in the middle of the show, and the guy playing Tevye, his volume was like really bad. And so I got this message in the earpiece, and they said, "Hey Max, you gotta fix that." And so I went up there, and I went from way down here, and I turned it all the way up, and they said, "Oh my gosh, you know what? He's great because he controls the volume." And they started calling me Johnny Knobs after that.
That's a great story. I love that
Johnny
story.
Laser Wolf Knobs.
Johnny Laser Wolf.
Yeah, a great middle name.
That sounds like a great 80s show. Johnny Laser Wolf Knobs. Did you fly a helicopter?
Laser Wolf.
Yeah. Remember that old show? Who was that?
Airwolf.
Airwolf. Yeah.
Airwolf. I had that game on Nintendo. It was the hardest game I've ever tried to play.
Really?
Couldn't make it past like 30 seconds of the game. You just crash immediately.
I was gonna say I never saw the show, but we had the video game on the NES, and it was I never actually even understood how to play it because you'd put the cartridge in, you'd play, and then 5 seconds later you'd explode. And I didn't understand what the point of the game was. I never knew how to play it.
That was the point. You just explode. Jan Michael Vincent was the main star of that Airwolf. I used to watch that show religiously, man. I love that thing.
Back with all the helicopter stunts they used to do, they used to have military helicopter pilots watch the show to get the idea of how to do the stunts.
Really?
Yeah, because they would even have a helicopter do a 360-degree loop.
Did it really? I thought that was just for the they
really
superimposed
did
it.
that.
And
then that's when the military started to take really an interest in the stunts being done in Airwolf because there were a lot of cutting edge stunts.
Now I can't remember. Airwolf was not a movie originally, was it?
There's the game.
There's the game.
Oh, the game's right
here.
You'd
load it. What happened is you'd load the game, and this would pop up, and then you just die. You just load it, and then it would explode.
I wonder if
and
we
then
could find that on eBay and play that here in studio.
That's all you would do. You would just turn it on.
That would be awesome. Yeah, we're looking at the computer right now. Looking at the monitor here.
I never mastered. Well, helicopters are pretty hard to fly.
They are.
And this was just as hard to fly. They tried to make it very realistic, I think, and so
too realistic.
Yeah, it was too realistic.
Too realistic. Now, so Airwolf. So it was not. It was just a TV show, right? It wasn't a movie.
It was a TV show.
It was just a TV show. Who was the other guy? It had Jan Michael Vincent, and who was the other guy?
Ernest Borgnine.
Ernest Borgnine. Yeah. He was in it. It kind of came after Blue Thunder, right? Remember that with Roy Schneider?
Also, kind of a variation of Kit. What was that?
Knight Rider.
Oh, Knight Rider. Yeah, that was during that era.
And the '80s were so much better.
They were.
They had some cool vehicles.
So much better.
I mean, look at that helicopter. That
guy with a eye patch.
Yeah.
No depth perception, flying a helicopter.
And this is when, like...
Who was the girl? She's kind of sassy.
Patty McHotterson.
Yeah.
This is when this old guy could be an action star.
Ernest Borgnine, yeah.
Ernest Borgnine, yeah.
Oh, that guy. Well, that guy was in the Poseidon Adventure. He was in, like, he's been
alive.
in forever.
Is this here a woman?
No, that's Jan Michael Vincent.
He was a very tight suit.
He was the hot...
tight pose. Look at those hips.
He was the hottest guy in Hollywood there for a few years until he burned out.
Until they found out he was a woman, it looks like. And then he was the hottest female in Hollywood. That really
okay, the actress.
He's a good-looking
dude. Looks like our friend Heather.
Enlarge that picture. Who's it? What's the actress's name?
It's here we go. You can go on the studio tour.
Yeah, Magnum PI. That was my favorite.
The Airwolf show.
This is where Max's Googling skills come in really handy.
It's funny you said that. I mentioned it earlier. You said
it was
that
Jean Bruce Scott.
Jean Bruce Scott. Let's see what.
Yeah, she played Caitlin O'Hanahan. Here she is.
All these shows.
She's still a looker.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. She had that like girl next door look.
She really does.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting a little bit too much into the computer.
Sorry. Okay, that's right.
We're tracking.
So, anyways, her name
actresses.
is Jean Bruce. Wait, how confusing is that? Her name is Jean Bruce Scott, which is a guy's name, and then the lead in the show was Jan
Michael Vincent. They
were how
super
confusing is that?
That show was super progressive for its time.
My goodness!
No, I think that like every show, Stu, you could probably attest to this too. Every show back in those days, it's like as a young boy, you had a crush on, right? The girls in the show.
The girls,
Except for the A team, I had a crush on Mr. T.
Who did?
You did?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
All the gold, was it the gold?
The gold and the feathers in the ears.
And the mohawk. Oh, yum.
He looks great for his age. You guys seen him recently?
Yes.
He looks freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I pity the fool. I got a crush on him now.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Spiderberry Pop-Tart, that is a real Pop-Tart.
Is that really a Pop-Tart?
It was delicious. It was the best Pop-Tart ever made.
He's looking it up right now.
Spiderberry.
I don't believe it, because I don't believe it. I've never even heard of this thing.
I kind of remember.
It was a special Pop-Tart.
And it was Spider-Man related? Oh, wait.
That's Far From Home. No, this is old. Wow. You got to get the old Spiderberry.
Wait. So they still have Spiderberry available?
No, this is old time. There it is. Frosted.
Uh-oh. Site can't be reached.
Frosted Spideyberry. Spideyberry.
Spideyberry.
It was so good.
Wow.
Yeah, I ate a lot of those that year.
Oh, they do look like little spider. They have a little spider thing
cool.
on the Pop-Tarts. They're red with the little webs and they're blue.
Webs.
Yeah, I gained 30 pounds that summer off those Pop-Tarts. They're
so
good.
Sue them, though,
sent you back to fat.
Yeah.
What was your favorite movie-related food product?
Spidey Berry Pop-Tarts.
This should be a good poll right there.
That would be a good poll.
Can we do like a spontaneous poll?
There was a
Dawn
Mr.
spontaneous
T
poll?
cereal back in the day.
I was going to nominate
basically
that.
Captain Crunch. Yeah.
Also, does anybody remember the Batman cereal that was the Batman logo, which was also basically Captain
Oh,
Crunch?
yeah.
I remember that.
All of the old 80s cereals were just Captain Crunch that were movie-related,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody remember the Prince of Thieves Robin Hood cereal?
No.
It had little arrows and like marshmallow. I don't remember if they're marshmallow. No, I think the cereal was arrows, and then there was some sort of marshmallow involved.
And then when you open the box, would Bryan Adams sing for you?
How about
Die for you.
got some Urkelos? Look at that.
Urkelos.
Wow, that's probably just
Oh,
changed.
there's
I
Mario
want to try
Brothers.
that Nintendo cereal.
Nintendo.
They had 3 different versions in the same box.
Who's that? Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's excellent
Ted's cereal.
cereal.
Wow, man.
That is Smurf Berry Crunch. Oh, I remember those.
Addams Family.
Donkey Kong. I
E.T., I remember
remember those.
E.T.
I don't remember E.T.
Ghostbusters.
There's the Batman.
Yeah.
Batman cereal.
Yeah,
I
corn
can taste it
pieces.
just looking at it.
Cereals.
Gremlins.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja
cereal.
Turtles.
Oh, you know what? Actually,
Fruity
that's the
Pebbles.
win. Fruity Pebbles.
That's like old school. That's the original.
Yeah, I didn't.
Fruity
I guess
Pebbles.
were they always related to the Flintstones?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, Fruity
Oh.
Pebbles
Yeah.
always came out. Yeah, that was
Oh, my
always
gosh.
Flintstone related.
Well, then they win. Hands
G.I.
down.
Joe. Oh my, they got
C-3PO.
C-3POs.
I'd love a box of C-3PO.
There's the Mr. T.
I had that, and I kept the box because I thought someday I'm really going to, enjoy having this. And
Yeah.
then I lost it when I moved.
I pity the
about
fool
500
who lost my box.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, Bootios. I got a box of Bootios at the factory.
Bootios.
Yeah.
What are those?
It's based off these wrestlers. New Day. We made some Bootio chocolates.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Pro Stacks. Oh, Pro Stars. Sorry.
Pro Stacks.
Pro Stacks.
So as you guys know, it's been a big week with Spotify. A lot of stuff has happened.
Do they have cereal?
Spotify. My favorite cereal is the Joe Rogan.
Joe
cereal.
Rogan
The problem is
cereal?
the Joe Rogan cereal got canceled though. They ended up taking it out of the stores.
Just gets
What a
Captain
bunch.
Crunch. It's the same thing. We want to invite you all to Uncle Buddy's Eatery, where we specialize in the comfort food that got you through your childhood. It's the food that you had to make for yourself after school because you were a latchkey kid. It's the food Mom used to make after she got home from work because she was too tired to make anything else. It's the food Dad used to make when you had to visit him on the weekends. It's all the comfort food you used to enjoy as a kid. Frozen tater tots, bagel bites, Kraft macaroni, and cheese all served up with a big glass of Kool-Aid. Head on into Uncle Buddy's. It's like a big hug for your tummy.
Yeah.
Uncle Buddy's.
That sounds amazing.
Love
Wow.
that food.
Did that place just open up?
They're out there off of Herndon and like West or Marks, I think.
Herndon and
Bagel bites.
Yeah.
Those are delicious.
Can you get hot dog cut up into your mac and cheese?
Oh, that'd be yummy. I'm sure they do that.
Ooh.
They can pretty
I wonder
much
if they
do
charge
anything
extra.
like that.
They charge extra for that?
Anything you can get at like Costco, frozen, they'll have. For the
Anything
most
you could
part.
throw in a microwave or an oven, just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TV dinners, boom.
Ooh, TV dinner.
Remember Tostino's pizza rolls?
Oh God.
Yeah.
Who doesn't remember Tostino's pizza rolls?
Yeah.
I still got a couple right here.
They haven't made it out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That place
disgusting.
sounds great.
Yeah.
You got me hungry. You got me thinking about.
Will they give you a warm hug?
Where your
Tell
tummy?
me.
But will they just give you a warm hug too?
No.
Oh. That's,
Probably, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
You guys never had that, or
They'll
you know,
wash your Wienermobile.
You know when
if it rains on it.
you know
Who
when
wouldn't, though?
Grandpa would warm up that TV dinner for you, and then come over and give you that nice warm hug. You
Yeah.
guys never had that?
no.
No.
my-
Oh.
I didn't have
Is that
grandparents.
only
Thanks
me?
for bringing it
Am
up.
I
Yeah.
the only special one?
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Hungry man. Has anybody ever actually had a hungry
I've had a
man?
hungry man.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
We used to have TV dinners. They were
Yeah.
like volcanic on the outside and stone cold frozen on the
Oh
inside.
yeah,
That
that's
was
always
before
like it was
microwaves.
always the potatoes and gravy that was
Like
stone cold.
Swanson's. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was terrible, but we ate them and watched TV and with our TV trays.
Yeah.
No, I do remember that. I remember the first time I got one as a kid, and I was so excited. My
Yeah.
grandma was literally
'Cause it
warming
looks
it up.
so good on the box
I thought,
and
I thought I
stuff,
was
yeah.
really getting
They're
something
all
cool.
segregated out so the food
Yeah.
doesn't touch.
And I was like, this tastes like crap. I was so disappointed
Yeah.
after, you know.
They've gotten better, I think. I haven't had one in a long time, like the standard TV dinner, but I've had like, one of those like, I don't know, lean cuisine type things before. It's like a rice and stir fry.
Like
and,
a bowl, like a
yeah,
rice bowl.
like a
thing,
rice bowl sort of
teriyaki rice
thing.
bowl.
And I was like, That's pretty good. Pretty good teriyaki.
I think the old TV dinners, right, where they like Swanson's or Hungry Man or whatever. Isn't that what we were talking about nuclear waste last episode? Isn't that what they did with the nuclear waste? They used to put it in the TV dinners. Right?
No, that was
how they got rid of it.
Microwaves, man.
Oh, is that what it was?
You guys were literally eating Swanson when it was called like the TV dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is we're talking. It had the metal. You couldn't put it in a microwave. It was a metal.
There
tray.
weren't microwaves. You didn't have microwaves back then. You
put a foil metal.
Yeah,
you put them in the oven,
tray,
and they would be volcanic on the outside and frozen in the middle.
Quick frozen TV dinner.
Yep.
And it's like it'd say put it in there for whatever 10 minutes or whatever it was.
No, it took forever to cook.
Yeah, you'd have like double, triple the time.
Yeah, it took forever because you're cooking in a conventional oven. You got to heat the oven, put it in the oven because they didn't have microwaves back then.
You would start about like 6 o'clock, and you'd be able to eat it maybe at 12 midnight. By the time, maybe 11:30 if you're lucky.
No, it took a while, like 40 minutes.
Yeah, those were the days, man.
Yeah, I know. And then you get
like
them.
40 minutes. You guys might as well just have made a dinner, though. Like TV dinner.
You are making a dinner. You're making a TV dinner.
Oh, that's a good point.
And then you always have the apples, the cinnamon apples.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
on the top right.
The cinnamon apples.
And those would just burn the heck out of your mouth. You had to make sure they were like really
super cool. Yeah, you have to wait till they cool down because
this guy right here, your apples right there.
There you go. And the mashed potatoes, they'd always be stone cold. You can never get those warmed up. The apples were hot.
You can never warm them up.
Yeah,
I love that.
The chicken was lukewarm and soggy.
And it was.
What was that?
That was lightning.
Did we get a lightning strike right now? I think we just
might
did.
have just been hit by lightning or something. That was crazy.
Oh my gosh!
Probably hit my car.
your new
Everybody
catalytic
hates
converter.
my car.
Check out your catalytic converter that you just got.
My fake catalytic converter.
That's crazy.
I mean, those TV dinners, man, those look pretty good. Those look pretty legit. These original ones.
No, Eric's right. They're pretty horrible. But you're eating. You're having a dinner, and a lot of times, like mom works, so and you're just on your own.
Did you ever have the banquet veal parmesan dinner back in the day?
I don't think we could afford those.
The Swanson German style dinner.
No. I remember fish sticks were a thing.
Oh yeah, they still
fish
are.
Sticks.
Yeah, Bree, my wife likes fish sticks.
Yeah,
interesting.
My daughter does. Yeah. If you do those, they really come a long way with technology because if you can get an air fryer and you do chicken nuggets or you do fish, I mean they are really a corn dog. They are really good in an air fryer. Otherwise, in a microwave, they're just crap.
Yeah, you get those Costco dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Oh God, I love those.
Those are amazing.
Oh, I love those.
Put those in the air fryer. Oh,
I've never tried the dinosaur one.
Uncle Buddy's probably would serve those.
Tater tots are
excellent. You haven't had the dinosaur nuggets?
No,
dude, you were missing out on a big joy of life.
Really?
Yeah, they're delicious.
And they're shaped like dinosaurs.
Yeah, you can make them fight, and
you
can have like the T-Rex eat one of the guy at the brontosaurus's head, and then you nibble his tail.
You spray ketchup on it. It looks like blood. You dip in blood, and it's a disaster.
While you're watching Jurassic Park.
And they're really yummy.
They're freaking great.
They're really good.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I'm jealous now.
That's pretty solid. I wonder how did Uncle Buddy's brought us.
Yeah, Uncle Buddy's with his nice warm hug.
Pretty solid
Dinners
for your tummy.
For your tummy.
For your tummy.
Johnny.
Yes,
Johnny.
Yeah.
I was at the grocery store the other day, and I had ran into a guy that I used to know, and now he works at the produce department there. But he said he listens to our show, and he goes, that guy behind the board. He goes, I can't remember his name, Johnny, and I go, oh, Johnny Knobs. He goes, yeah. He goes, please don't ask him where he got his name because.
Good
twist.
That's good
because he goes he I don't know, he was confused. I don't know.
But you know what though? I'm glad he said not to ask. But I'll give you a hint though. Because it actually relates to produce. Johnny Knobs corn cobs. It has something to do with how I used to eat all the cob off the corn until it was a little knob. Yeah.
Did they call you Johnny Cobbs?
It was Johnny Cobbs, but then I'd always eat all the corn off, and there's just little knobs. So Johnny Knobs.
Or you use little knobs to go in the corn.
Nubs?
Knobs.
Johnny Nubs?
Johnny Nubs, and then it eventually turned into, knobs and nubs.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did anybody actually ever use those little, they were like mini corns with the sharp thing
all
that
the time.
poke into
I still use them. Here's the deal with those.
Our family was the only family.
Never did that.
Never. We just burned our hands.
No.
Yes.
Oh, man.
No. But here's what happens. You would try to stick those things in, and the corn would be so rough.
Right?
No, the corn would be so tough that you'd like slip and stick your other hand because you're trying to get one in. Yeah, and you're bleeding all over the corn.
That's the best.
Oh.
Well, we have those little plastic things, man. You stick them in the end. You got like literally hammer them in the ends, but you just have little handles.
What are those called? Corn handles?
Corn handles, corn stickers.
Does anybody, this became a thing. So my wife, she never had, like, one of her front teeth just never existed. So she
Really?
has a fake front tooth that she kind of has to be careful with. Like, so she, like, you know, if it's like so she doesn't eat corn on the cob, she cuts it off the cob.
Okay.
Biting into something like an apple or
do
something.
that.
She'll lose her tooth.
She could, yeah. So my whole family now cuts off the corn from the cob.
I do that.
Do you?
That's the only way I eat it.
Really?
You don't
Why?
eat it on the cob?
No, I make it on the cob, but I cut it off the cob. Because I hate getting corn stuck in your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I freaking hate that. It hurts.
Yeah, it's
it like,
horrible.
you know,
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah, it does. Sometimes it's like stuck in there and it kind of you have pressure.
Well, that's why you use a floss. There's stuff called floss, and it's
But
like
I don't want to have
string.
to do that right
Floss is
before.
a
You know, I just want to like enjoy my food. I don't want to be like, oh
I
crap.
love it. I love
I'm too
the cob.
lazy.
You
I like
also-
doing the typewriter.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You also get more corn this way. You eat a lot more of the
let me
corn.
ask you
No,
this.
because after you eat the initial cob corn, you go back for a second round where you bite deeper.
You get
Yeah.
all,
You don't
all
get
the,
as
all the
much.
stuff. No, okay, let me ask you this. So then you cut it off the cob,
Yeah.
but do you butter it first on the cob, or do you wait till you cut it off and then try to butter
I
it?
want maximum butter coverage. So you put it afterwards. That way you can mix it all up. You guys are eating
Oh,
corn
what?
way wrong, guys. I want you to do me a favor. Next time you eat corn, cut it off, then put the butter in, mix the butter around all over that corn. Now you got the full corn and all the butter.
Why did I bother with the cob? Why didn't I just open a can?
Yeah,
That's not as good because you want it.
Frozen.
No, because it's still better when you cook it on the cob. You want the flavor from cooking it on the cob.
So you ever go to the fair when they have that corn on the cob that they cook on the open fire and it's like delicious?
Roasted, it's like
Yeah.
fire
Yeah, like
roasted.
that.
How do you eat that then?
Then you cut it off.
Where?
With a plastic
At the
knife?
fair?
Yeah, man. What are you guys doing? What are you guys
You're
doing
an
these
animal.
days?
You must be a psychopath.
Wait.
I
You
wanna
guys
eat the-
telling me you just walk around with corn stuck in your teeth all day like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you eat later
barbarians?
going,
Yeah. That's the way you do it.
Ribs.
That's how
Wrong.
we do it here in Fresno.
Corn and ribs.
No. Everybody used to make. My wife used to make fun of me until she realized how much better it was to cut it off.
Really?
Yeah. You get maximum corn, maximum butter coverage. You're welcome.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Pro tip from
But the
Johnny Knobs.
the corn handles though, I didn't know those existed till I go to like friends' houses. And friends' houses had them, and I'd be like, "What are you guys doing? You just grab the hot corn and you suffer as you try to eat it. Like that's what you do in the DeBoss household."
You get third-degree burns
Yeah.
eating your corn. That's
What
on
you
your
do.
fingers. That's how you do it. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it.
So,
What do we got?
last night
Yes.
I went and saw. Well, actually, it wasn't last night. A couple nights ago. It's a couple nights ago.
A few nights ago.
A few nights ago. It was my birthday. As you guys heard on the last show, it was my birthday.
Na.
So on my birthday, I went and saw Hamilton. the musical.
Oh, it's amazing. Here
Yeah.
in Fresno.
Here in Fresno.
Fantastic.
I saw at the Saroyan.
I love the Saroyan Theater. It's
Yeah.
very intimate venue.
Yeah. And I do like the show Hamilton. So I'm one of those people. It's an issue. It's a problem where if something's really popular, I'm going to just assume that it's not good. Because I think the majority of people probably aren't the brightest.
You're a contrarian.
Yeah, I'm a contrarian. It's not something that I
You like to go against the flow.
Yeah, but once again, like I tell my wife, I don't want to be a contrarian. It's just that if people were wrong less, I wouldn't need to be a contrarian all the time.
Okay.
So I typically feel I was not into Hamilton for a long time, and then we were driving to Oregon, and she was like, "We're going to listen to the whole thing." And I was like, "Oh, please no." By the end, I was like, "This show's actually incredible.
It is.
Really?
Like it's really, really freaking incredible." And then we watched it when the Disney Plus had it, and I was like, "Man, this is so I love
So good. Yeah.
so good." So I really loved the show. So we went and saw it in Fresno.
And it wasn't a local cast. This was an
No, it was the
off-Broadway.
It was the Broadway touring company, and I would say if I had to give it a 1 out of 10, I would give it. My parents left at intermission because it was so bad. Yeah, it was rough. Part of it was the majority of the issue was the sound was so bad that you could not hear any of what the actors or singers were saying at.
How could it be
all.
that bad in the Saroyan Theater?
It was terrible.
And that's not I had seen Anastasia, the Broadway tour, but maybe a month ago, and it sounded great. It looked and sounded great. It was a great production.
Yeah.
So it's not like a problem with the
Yeah, I saw
venue.
Barry Manilow at the Saroyan Theater, and he sounded fantastic.
Yeah, see, and
Yeah.
I
saw
thought
West Side Story there years ago.
I thought it was just me at first, and I was just like, trying to listen because I don't have great hearing. A lot of times I have to read lips, like a mixture of both.
Yeah.
So I was thinking maybe I'm just having a hard time. And then I heard people next to me being like, I can't hear anything. What's going on?
Why was the music too loud? What was drowning them out?
No, it was almost like the mix it wasn't mixed well.
Was there a live orchestra?
Live orchestra, and it was like their voices were right at the exact same level of the orchestra. And when a lot of the music is like fast R&B, like rap.
Yeah.
So it's not super enunciated in the first place. So you couldn't hear it, and then not only that, the mic sounded muffled. It almost sounded like everything they said kind of sounded like this.
Wow.
So if you're singing really fast,
but if you're singing really fast, you couldn't really hear what they're saying. So it was really bad. And so at intermission, I was like, "Oh, let me go check." So I went to my dad. Legitimately thought that they were doing the show in Jamaican. He was like, are they singing in Jamaican? I don't understand what's going on.
Wow. I just saw Hamilton in Jamaican.
Yeah, my dad was like, I assume maybe it was like Jamaican because, Hamilton came from. And then I asked my nieces, and they're like, no clue what's going on. And then my sister, who was sitting elsewhere, came up to me.
You had the whole family there.
The whole family went. Everybody besides Don Schlicks.
Yeah.
I weaseled my way out of it.
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
So my sister came up and was so confused because it's all singing and all the stories done through the songs.
Yeah.
So she had no clue what was happening. She was like, did he marry two people? What's going on?
Oh my God.
And I was like, no. And so I'm trying to explain it because I know the show. Anyways, it was rough. It was really sad. And then sadly, the guy who played Aaron Burr, which is a huge role in the show, his swing was on, so not the lead guy. The lead guy actually played it on Broadway, so I was excited. We had a kind of like his understudy, his swing, who wasn't bad, but like really strange. Like his costume didn't fit him well. It's like his pants looked like the crotch was like was
MC
hanging by
Hammer?
his knees, like MC Hammer pants.
Oh no!
You could see the seams, like his underwear and stuff, and the seams because it was too tight around him.
Where were you at? Where were you singing at?
We were in the bottom, pretty far, but we were sitting in the on the orchestra ground.
Okay.
In like the maybe 20th row back.
Okay. Wow. And you could see all that?
Yeah, because it was a really ill-fitting costume.
Wow.
It was pretty rough. So it was just kind of like it wasn't ready. They were not ready to open, and it felt like it.
That is strange.
Yeah,
that's sad.
Low energy.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what'd you pay for the tickets?
I honestly forget. My brother-in-law got them. Jose.
They were like $100.
100 something, right? 150 or
Per
something.
person? Holy
like 150 per person.
You go. I mean, when you go to a show, 150 per person, you expect to see
right. And the other thing that drove me nuts about this was they were sticklers for masks. So when you had to come in, in 3 days. Actually, by the time you hear this, you won't even need to wear masks. So it was when it opened, you were 3 days away from them not needing them. So within 3 days, but before we showed up, we had get in a big line.
Okay.
And they were all like, papers, please.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we had to give them our IDs, our vaccine cards, and walk through like metal detectors, and then
was it like Indiana Jones where somebody got punched and thrown out the blimp, and then everyone whipped out their paper?
It was crazy.
That's a great.
And then
scene.
we had to put on I'm fine, whatever, mask, whatever, the rules. However, the thing was, the show, everybody walked in and took their masks off.
Yeah,
like everybody, and you're sitting in this audience. And Bree and I were sitting on the end. So my wife and I were sitting on the end because she's pregnant. She wanted quick access if she needed to get up.
Get out of there, yeah.
And they had these people on the sides of the theaters holding these big white signs that showed a smiley face with a mask over it that said masks on. And during the show, that we're sitting there having just paid $400 to see this show. And they keep on leaning over us because we're on the end, waving these giant white signs at the crowd during the show.
To put their mask on?
To put their mask on. And nobody's paying attention. They'll see it and be like, okay, like, come get me.
Was it at least hot in the theater? You're getting fanned from these big signs?
No, the only thing that was happening was my $400 experience was getting ruined by a lady with a giant sign waving it over our heads, making sounds. So, I was furious. We were furious.
Very same theater about a month ago, seeing a different show, and nothing like that happened. I mean, we still technically had to show them our vax card or a negative test. But once you got in, nobody was wearing a mask. Yep. Nobody cared. Nobody was doing anything about it.
Was it a Broadway show, though?
Yeah.
And this was the other thing that drove me nuts. While she's waving her frickin' sign over me, right, ruining the whole show, her mask is down below her nose, And I'm like, lady, why? Like, you can't be doing this. You can't be ruining the show and everybody's distracted by this.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere waving these signs during the show. Like, right over us, like touching us. I'm going to lose my mind on
So
you.
if there was COVID in the room...
I almost pulled a Will Smith on this lady.
If there was COVID in this room, she just fanned it all over.
She fanned it everywhere.
Fanning it all over the place.
She was fanning it right into her own nostrils.
They were creating a super spreader event with their signs.
Yeah, it was unreal. So Hamilton, pass. Don't go see it.
Wow.
Thumbs down.
Yeah, I got lucky because my wife loves Hamilton, loves the music, listens to it all the time, watched the Disney thing, but she knew anything short of the original cast would be a disappointment, so I got out of that.
Yeah, don't. It's also like 3.5 hours long.
Oh,
I stayed home with my son and we watched The Dark Knight, which is still good.
Awesome.
It's such a good movie.
Is that the second one?
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Such a good
That is the
movie.
best.
Sam loved it. I thought he might be scared a little bit. He's 9, the Joker's kind of scary.
He's a tough kid, though.
Two-Face, he was like, whoa, he loved it. Yeah,
Man,
he loved it.
The Dark Knight's a great movie.
Yep.
It's the best is the very end where Commissioner Gordon is talking. He's more than our hero. He stands. He's a guardian who stands at the watch. Blah. He's our Dark Knight. And like the motorcycle.
Oh yeah,
it's so good.
And like really, Heath Ledger. I know people were like hyped him up so much and yada yada yada. He's worth all the hype.
Oh yeah,
he
was.
He is actually. I didn't realize it the first time I saw it.
He's so good. It's one of the best performances ever in a film.
It really is.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it when I first saw it, and then I saw it again a couple years later, and I was like, it's good. Then I saw it again like 2 years ago, and I couldn't believe
it's young Marlon Brando.
I couldn't believe how good he was. Yeah, it really is. It's 100% Oscar worthy. It's worth every.
Did he get nominated?
Yeah,
he
posthumously.
won. Yeah, I think he
Posthumously.
won.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Posthumously.
Yeah, really, really incredible.
Like we said, but now Hollywood's dead, so.
Two people have won for playing Joker. Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, Joaquin Phoenix.
Did he win?
That's right.
Did he?
I don't know.
I don't know if he
I
won.
didn't like that
I think
movie.
I think the movie won. I think the best director maybe or something. I don't think he won though, right?
Did he not? Well, he should have.
I've never watched that yet.
I didn't like it.
I've never watched it because I just heard mixed reviews about it.
You know what's funny? I didn't know if I liked it. Stuck with me though. Right? It really did. It
Kinda like
stuck
Blue
with
Velvet.
me. No, he won Best Actor.
Best Actor.
Best
Wow.
actor.
Yeah, he won Best Actor for it.
Crazy.
The
Oh, that's right. Did he give some whacked out speech?
probably.
He should have said
Probably a
like.
weirdo.
Remember when he pretended to go like he wanted to be a rapper or something?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that movie?
He quit.
It was like a 3-year-long documentary
about him wanting to be a rapper.
about him being as like a fake.
Oh,
He
my
faked
gosh,
it was like
yeah.
3 years of him being a psycho. It was incredible. Yeah,
I think he's great at that kind of thing, right?
he really is. He's a great actor though. Like in Walk the
Yeah.
Line and
Signs.
Signs. Great
Swing,
Signs.
Meryl, swing.
Well,
Well,
so
that's
anyways,
too bad. Hamilton sucked, huh?
pass on Hamilton. I mean,
Wow.
maybe it would be better after the for opening night. I'm not sure, but it wasn't good opening night. I'll tell you that much.
How long is it running for? Just like a week, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I want to get into. We've been talking movies. You saw the new Batman.
I did. Does everybody else see it?
No.
I saw 2 of the 3 hours. I slept through the middle hour.
Wow, you're an old man.
I won't.
I am old man schlicks.
So I'm not going to give spoilers because you guys haven't seen it. So I'm going to be careful.
Do you care
here.
about spoilers?
I don't care about.
I don't
spoilers.
care about
I know what
spoilers.
happens.
Really like a
Batman beats
spoiler type
everyone.
of
It's
movie,
Batman.
yeah.
He sees Catwoman. I mean, how
it's
different
the
can it
same
be from any
story.
other Batman?
You guys nailed it.
okay, good. Yeah,
pretty
we
much
win.
nailed it. Actually, what's funny is you guys know who the bad guy is, right?
In this
Scarecrow?
No.
No, it's one of the other. Which
Riddler.
one is
It's
it?
the Riddler.
Oh, the
Okay,
Riddler. That's
Riddler.
right.
And that really is the spoiler if you're going to. Like, that's the crime he's trying to kind of solve in a
Okay.
way.
It's, who's
Riddler's
the Riddler?
barely in the movie though, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I liked the movie because it was it's a detective noir film.
It's not a Batman movie.
It's a noir detective movie, which I like because that's why I used to read Batman comics and why I still do is because they're detective novels, right? I've always liked something that I always thought was missing from every Batman movie is that they're all just action movies and there's not the detective portion.
The mystery.
And this is why my favorite
Solving.
Batman movie is actually a cartoon. It's called Batman Mask of the Phantasm because it is a detective movie. And one of my favorite scenes, Batman leans down and rubs his fingers and says, there seems to be some kind of chemical residue. It was my favorite thing growing up.
Yeah.
Because it was him being a detective, right? And this whole movie is a detective movie. It's him walking around. It's looking at crime scenes. It's like watching a CSI long episode of CSI.
And some of his gadgets are to solve crimes. A lot of it's just different gadgets he developed in order to help him find
exactly.
clues. That's why a lot of the best Batman you could watch are the animated series.
Yes.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, because
exactly.
a lot of the animated Batmans, they just have more leeway and they follow the comic better, and it's just brilliantly done.
Now, I will say, the TV Batman he was kind of solving mysteries, right?
He was.
Yeah. Actually, they had a lot of his gadgets in the Batcave. He was trying to figure out.
He was a detective. He's the world's greatest detective. Yeah. That's who Batman is. So I really liked that aspect of it.
Okay.
I actually surprising. I thought Robert Pattinson was a great Batman. He was great as Batman. I thought he was very emo as Bruce Wayne. Really? He even had the hair that came down over his face, and he always talks like this. He's always just so sad and bumbly. So I wasn't great about that. The other issue I had was that everybody whispers in this movie at all times.
Really?
It has a certain pace and level that it stays at for 3 hours.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's what you feel. Okay, I understand that completely now. You're not old. You're just realistic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is a very, there's not much. Yeah, it's a very slow pace.
My kids liked it.
I was shocked. When afterwards I said, I cannot believe that all the kids liked it because it was slow. It's a very slow movie. Like it's not like any other. It's unlike any superhero movie made up to this date, and I think that's why I kind of like it because of that.
Yeah,
I was also engaged.
What was a lot of the bat tech kind of low tech? In other words, it was like stuff,
not much bat tech at all. Actually,
well, that's what I mean. It's like stuff that he would literally put together.
It was like he was a cop that wears a Batman costume.
It's got like an engine, an old car with a big engine in it, right? Yeah. That's the Batmobile.
I liked a couple big things about the movie in general.
He doesn't play Bruce Wayne very often. He's
not at all.
Yeah.
I thought, and that's one of the things I thought was interesting is they really. I felt like they kind of missed out on showing us the Bruce Wayne part of him.
He's not in it. He's Batman in the whole movie.
Yeah,
basically.
Bruce Wayne's pretty much non-existent. Alfred is in it, but kind of pointless. Like he's like a throwaway character.
Who is Alfred?
It's
Smeagol.
Yeah, whoever that guy's name.
Oh, that guy.
Because Alfred's a big part of the comic.
Shamagol.
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis. Yeah. Andy Serkis.
But they told the story that they made him. He trained Bruce Wayne, supposedly. Yeah. I don't know that part of Alfred. Is that part of the comics?
Yes, they did. They did this cool thing. He was a badass in the comics. Alfred used to be
was ex-military.
Like special forces, British military.
You don't get that. Except Michael Caine does talk about in The Dark Knight that he was after a jewel thief and they went and burned the forest down and stuff like that. Yeah. So you get a little bit of that. Yeah.
This is definitely more so like, and this one they almost tell him that like he almost trained Batman how to fight.
Right.
Yeah. But he's not really too much in it. But what I liked in general was that they just started by saying this is year 2. It's Batman in year 2. So it actually starts and he's like, this is year 2.
Yeah.
Two things I liked is that in the comics, all comics, you get to, especially in Batman comics, you get to read Batman's thoughts. Inner monologue, right? His thoughts.
Okay.
Which you don't get in any comic book movie. This one you did. You hear Batman's thoughts. He's kind of narrating.
Okay.
Which is cool. I liked that.
You like that technique because that's just a technique in storytelling.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like that.
I thought it was cool.
Okay.
I also like that they just. It's like this is my second year in doing my project, and I thought that was nice because it's year 2, so they all know. Like we know who Batman is and how he became Batman, so we get to skip that. Yeah. But he's also not quite Batman with all his gadgets. He's kind of rough,
Still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, he's not perfect. His costume's it's like military gear, like it's like kind of some metal plating and some like army boots. So I kind of liked that he wasn't like he wasn't
super polished, put together.
Yeah, his Batcave was kind of janky. So I kind of like that idea of it.
Because I think guano everywhere.
Yeah,
I think in the Batman movies, I mean, from what I can remember, because a lot of them they just skip that. Really, it's just basically like we see the story of like him as a kid falling in a cave or whatever, and
then he's got everything,
and then now all of a sudden it flips to he's like super put together and he's just totally awesome. It's like well, wait, totally awesome.
Batman Begins explores that a little bit.
It does. Yeah.
I was always mystified by the Michael Keaton Batman, the famous scene where he holds the guy over the ledge.
Oh, I love that.
Who are you? I'm Batman.
Yeah.
But they do a close-up of his boots at that point, and it looks like he's wearing black penny loafers.
He's got tassels.
Yeah, tassels, like they're penny loafers.
Yeah,
why?
He has tassels on his
dress
boots.
Shoes. He's wearing
Batman
dress
did?
shoes.
Yeah, Batman has tassels on his shoes in the first Batman. And as a kid, I was confused because I didn't know that was like, I just knew that Batman had tassels on his shoes. But also, my dad had nice loafers with tassels on his shoes. And I was always like, my dad's got Batman shoes. You know, not the opposite, which I later realized, why did Batman have tassels on his shoes?
Yeah.
So weird.
He's
What?
wearing-
I almost feel like that was a mistake, right?
Tell all your friends about me.
Who are you?
I'm an old man with tassels.
I'm the old man with tassels on my shoes.
Alfred got me my shoes. I don't like them. I have to wear them. Couldn't find my boots. I wear Alfred's shoes.
I can't buy my own shoes.
Yeah, that is one of the weird. He's got these things on.
Like this, like that shit.
I've never noticed that in my
Yeah.
life. This is destroying my whole Michael Keaton Batman image.
Yeah, he has
right
tassels.
Now. Where is it? Do they have a picture of it? We're looking on the internet.
I
here
gotta
to
find
the
a
image.
shot.
It's
I'll
just
need to
like,
find it.
They show his feet go up to the edge of that ledge. Where he like takes a step with the guy like up to the ledge, and they go down to his.
Are
feet
they
and show
actual
him.
boots though, or are they actual loafers? Are they boots with tassels?
It's hard. All I know is that he has
That
tassels.
famous scene, yeah.
We're looking for it right now.
famous
out
scene.
there.
Everybody
Okay.
can watch this.
Johnny Knobs got drunk.
Oh, where is it at?
Don't kill me! Don't kill
He
me!
does. He has little tassels on his
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
We're watching it here. Let's see.
Don't kill me! Don't kill
Puts
me,
him to the
man!
ledge.
Can you stop it right at the?
Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you.
Those tassels?
I can't see him.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Where's the tassels? I don't see him.
They were kind of a quick. I don't know if they're tassels or just elevated sections of his shoes.
Well, this is an HD. When you watch the VHS, I can tell you they look like tassels.
You're right. These are like less tassels in HD.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look more like.
I think
lumps
it
They
on
maybe
came
his shoes.
across as just like he was wearing penny. Like this was like a Halloween costume that didn't go down all over your
Yeah.
shoe. It
Yeah,
had
it
a little
does. It looks
strap.
kind of that way, like he's wearing tennis shoes.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
those look like those high top tennis shoes. What were they called? They
Yeah,
real
those
popular.
were
Knights,
totally-
black. British Knights or something. Yeah.
On VHS, those look like tassels. Maybe they're like Velcro.
It's a no focus fashion show.
Here, right here.
They are.
Yeah.
Maybe they're Reebok pumps they spray painted.
I was
or
gonna
Because
something.
they have a
they-
big bulb on it, a big bulbous section.
They look like those tennis shoes. Yeah, high tops.
Well, who knows?
That-
Mike,
Looks
are
like
those Jordans?
I don't know. It looks like a section that fits over his
Were
shoes.
Jordans out then?
those are like. He's just,
No, but if you watch the old VHS, they're tassels.
Yeah, they probably fixed it in
Wait,
post.
A Mandela effect. This is a Mandela
Actually,
effect.
you know what'd be amazing is if they did fix it. Like after all these years, they're like, we got to take
Maybe.
those tassels off his shoes.
'Cause they fix shows a lot because like
Yeah.
in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, you could see when he's pulling the chain out of his bike, you could see the bottom section where the chain is coming from, and then later on they fixed it.
Interesting. It's like how they took the priest who gets an erection out of the Little Mermaid.
Yeah. That's true. Did you ever hear that? So the 80s
Do you guys
Disney
not know
movies
this?
on VHS had like dirty things in
I
them.
remember that. Yeah,
The priest, in Little Mermaid, when they're getting married at the very end, he gets an erection. You
Yeah.
can clearly see it.
Yep.
really?
Yes. There's
the
a part,
animators get bored.
There's even a sound.
there's a
No.
there's
Yeah,
a
here you go. Here you go.
Okay, we're watching.
I'm
it
glad
right
these
now.
are on YouTube
Dearly
because you can't
beloved.
find these anymore.
Gosh, this.
Dearly beloved.
Whoa!
He does get an erection. That's
And there's a sound. Woo! There it is.
Oh my gosh!
Do you have the one from
I cannot believe it. My
from
mind
Aladdin?
is blown.
where it says viewers take off your clothes?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, viewers take off all your clothes. Yeah,
Where?
this was on my VHS.
I think it's all young girls take off your clothes. That's what it is.
where is the what?
Yeah. Listen.
The subliminal message from Aladdin.
Let's see.
Leave me alone.
Down,
So how's our little bow doing?
Come on, good. Can you just take off?
Did you hear it?
Whoa!
Take
What
off
did
your
that
clothes.
There
say?
it is.
Is this?
Take off your clothes.
This is
Wait.
what?
Here we go. Wait for it. Yeah, this is on our old VHSs.
So how's our little bow doing?
Come on, good. Can you just take off?
Hey!
Oh,
There was also in the original Lion King VHS,
Yeah, the sex.
the wind blows and it says sex. In
I
the way.
actually think
The
it said
leash.
SFX.
oh, for special effects.
I think
that's
it
what I heard too. SFX.
I think it
Yeah.
might be.
What about the original cover of Little Mermaid had penises.
There's
on
the
it.
penis on
Yes.
it. Yeah,
I've seen that.
But the big one, though, do you guys know
The big
about this
penis?
one? The Rescuers Down Under. Do you guys know about that one?
No, it's been a long time since I even thought about that movie.
Disney is so corrupt, and they're getting worse.
Yeah.
Naked
There's
woman.
a naked
they were
woman
hiding
in
it
a
before.
window.
They were hiding.
They were hiding it before
Now
in
they're
these,
out in the open.
in these
Or is it called
cartoons
The
now.
Rescuers? Is it called The Rescuers?
I think it's just there's the Rescues. I don't know if there's this.
Is that it? Oh yeah, that is a naked woman.
Yeah. In the window, there's a
Yeah.
naked. There's in the window. There is actual footage of pornography playing.
If you
in
look
one
just
of
who
the,
got laid off
there's
for
the
it
penis.
while object acts, you can clearly see for a few
but-
frames her private parts are exposed.
Oh, that was
for a
Jessica
few
Rabbit's
frames,
private
Jessica
parts.
Rabbit, yeah.
effect. The Mouse has his arm around Minnie Mouse, looks
Oh,
very
my-
suspicious.
Oh wow.
Number 2, Hercules. Once again, her dress flies up. Under the dress, it's clear as day that she's Terry, and
no.
done on purpose.
Nah, that's just her other leg.
But this is the big one.
Goes to the rescuers. Around 38 minutes into the film, Bianca and Bernard jet through the city in a can. In the background of 2 frames, you can clearly spot an image of a woman topless.
Oh
Yep.
my
Yep,
gosh!
topless woman.
Yep, there's topless, actual photos
This
of
is
topless women.
undeniable and can't just be an accident.
Wow.
Yeah,
Disney themselves have said that the image was not put in by their animators.
Right.
Instead, they say it was inserted at some
was
point in
Harvey
the
Weinstein?
post-production process.
Yeah, so there's naked women in that movie. That's the biggest one because that's an
crazy.
actual nudity in
Thank
that
you,
Disney.
What about Beauty and the Beast? Is there anything in Beauty and the Beast?
But was there smoking? No, there was no smoking.
Yeah, I'm
That's
pretty
right.
sure she has like intercourse with a giant animal beast, right?
well, bestiality. But besides that,
It's just implied.
I mean, I'm
They
not
don't
sure
show
if
it.
there's anything else
true, it's just
more
implied.
disturbing than the movie itself.
he turns into a prince
This is
though when
reminding
she
me
actually.
of our
Did she drink out of the teacup and it got excited?
C-3PO penis.
Yes, the C-3PO penis is great.
What was that, Marty? I missed it.
No, did she drink out of the teacup and it got excited? The Beauty and the Beast. Jeez.
All right, thank you to our sponsor, Uncle Buddy's.
Always, that's a great place. Great
Really
place
is.
To eat.
Yeah,
What's your favorite breakfast item at Uncle Buddy's?
You know, I got the other day. I was there and I got their new. See that new French toast they have? It's they get Eggo waffles.
Okay.
And then they turn them into French toast, but instead of syrup,
This sounds like a Johnny Knob story.
no, but instead
It's
of
gonna go way too long.
no, instead of syrup, they just put Squeeze-Its on it. You guys remember Squeeze-It? They just squirt the
okay.
Squeeze-It on
I
top.
don't buy that.
Yeah, it's real. It's
Yeah.
really good.
I
I'd
like
say-
their bologna and eggs for breakfast.
Ooh, that's a good one. I just go with traditional Pop Tarts.
The Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
You guys had their Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich?
No.
Yeah, you choose 2 of your favorite Pop-Tarts, then your favorite ice cream. They put it right in
And
between.
put it together. Yeah. Nice.
Will they butter
Nice.
the edge of the Pop-Tarts for you?
If you ask, I'm sure they will.
Do you get them? Do you guys get them in the toaster or non-toaster? Pop Tarts.
I always eat my Pop-Tarts untoasted.
Untoasted.
Yeah, I never had the patience for the toaster. I would eat my toaster strudel toasted.
Yeah.
Pop-Tarts now.
Yeah. It makes a world of difference when you toast them. Yeah. Take it from the doorman.
I always found the original strawberry ones with the frosting
Yeah.
a little bit too sweet.
They're
for
sweet.
me. A little too sweet. But I like the s'mores one. I don't know.
You know, did you guys ever buy? Have you ever had the
Brown
generic?
sugar one. Ooh,
Bro,
that's good.
man.
Oh,
maybe
brown sugar. Oh. Have you ever had the generic Pop Tarts?
Just without the frosting?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's just like the
Oh,
generic
there
one you
used
buy.
to be some
Just
good generic
crusted.
Pop-Tarts, though, that my dad used to get me as a kid.
Really?
They were called,
Poop tarts?
what were they called? They were delicious. I love those fake Pop-Tarts. They had thicker crust, and I always liked the crust.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
All right, go. Speaking of good food, oh yeah,
do you
great
a
place.
favor.
They're always
You
closed
do
though
me a
for a
What
Jewish
about,
holiday.
does anybody remember Boots and Cameras?
Oh yeah, Boots Camera.
Boots camera. Boots and cameras.
I thought it was Boots and Cameras.
No, it's called Boots Camera.
Boots
They
Cameras.
sell boots and cameras. No hats, just boots and cameras.
Yeah.
Boots Camera.
Yeah,
Next
Boots
to
camera.
Wallpaper to Go.
They used to be. They were there. Their last shop was over there by where it's Rasputin.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
That's what I remember it.
Tower Records. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually not called Rasputin anymore. Well, the Rasputin Mall was there. The Crazy Monk is what's inside the.
The Crazy Monkey.
Yeah.
Was it Rasputin offensive? Did they
Well,
have
it's
to change
weird. I think I actually understand because the Rasputin sign's still up, but they're moving next door and it's called the Crazy Monk. I don't know what's going on. Very strange.
But they're not the old tower building anymore, huh?
Well, it's still signs up, but they're moving next door. Maybe they're opening both. I don't know.
That's a great building, though. I mean, I love
a great
a lot of
building.
hours
Yeah.
in that building.
I spend a lot of time in there going through CD records and then
Yeah.
CDs and our tapes.
One time
Old
I was in
used
there.
DVDs.
Tower. It was Tower, right?
I was in there, and they had obviously a bunch of CDs. I'd go buy the CDs, and they had a huge wall of magazines. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
And
books. They had books too.
And I picked up a magazine, and it was when ESPN the magazine came out, like for the first time. And it's like that's like a dead magazine already. But when it came out, I was like really excited about it. It was in the late '90s, and it was, if you remember it was a big oversized magazine.
It was like a Life magazine. Those were big, huge oversized magazines.
And so whatever it was because they had a wall of magazines, but this one, like, somebody had picked it up and like set it down on like a rack or something. So I pick it up and I open it and I'm looking, and when you see something but your brain can't compute what you're looking at for a second.
Around it, yeah.
So somebody had taken a
naughty magazine.
A naughty magazine. I think it was called Wee or something. Oi or something.
It was Wee.
Marty's like, wait, was it in a September 8th issue?
Was she a blonde?
Yeah. And so I open up the ESPN magazine and I'm looking at it, and it's a black and white picture, and then my brain's like, wait, this girl is naked and she's doing stuff.
Is this?
And then it was like when in Back to the Future, doesn't he do that where he's like he thinks he grabbed the what Biff stole, Back to the Future 2, the betting magazine, and he opens it, and it falls out, and it's ooh la la. It's like,
right.
Ooh la la, ooh la la. Like, that's exactly what happened to me. And then I was like looking around, like I thought people were gonna think I did that.
You did something wrong. It's like, oh, that's funny.
But we were talking about earlier about embarrassing things that have happened.
Yeah.
In and around a bathroom. Max brought up, and this happened to all of us. It's terrible when you go to wash your hands at the sink and you lean against the sink, and there's always leftover water and soap in a public bathroom on the sink, and you walk out and it looks like you wet your pants.
Yeah.
I have a story that happened to me in high school. I've never told the story because it was so embarrassing.
Exclusive. Hold on. We've got no focus exclusive.
If you've ever gone to, high school bathrooms were always the worst.
Just the worst.
Filthy. They didn't have
no doors on the stalls.
Yeah, sometimes I had a door on the stall, but people used to like piss all over the
toilet paper.
Rolls.
Why is that a thing, man?
It. And all you had was the powder soap, and most of the time that wasn't even.
Oh yeah, because what was happening is all the kids, you'd empty it into the hand air blow dryers, and then you'd flip it over and you'd make it snow in the bathroom. That's why there was never soap. Yeah.
Thanks, Max.
So it was you.
I would like do whatever I could not to crap at school.
Yeah.
But at one time it hit me, and so there was nothing I could do. So I go in the stall, and it's just disgusting. It's like worse than a prison bathroom, It's like, and so there was no toilet seat covers. Oh my god! So I took pieces of toilet paper and I lined the toilet.
So you made a little mess.
Yeah,
you were nasty.
I made my own toilet seat cover. Did my thing, Go out of the bathroom, wash my hands, walk back across campus, going back into my class. Well, there's a group of girls as I'm walking into the hallway where my class was, and I'm like, hey, and they're like, hey, and then they like look at me like so weird, and I'm just like, all right. And I walk, and right before I walk into class, I just happen to like reach back. I don't know. There's something in my pocket, and I feel something. A piece of toilet paper that was on the seat. I pulled up my pants.
Oh no!
In the back of my pants, I was trailing a piece of toilet paper.
That's awesome.
That's classic. It's funny. It's funny. Like I've had to happen. Not that particular thing, but what you're talking about is when there's no seat covers, right? And you do that. So I did that one time where I'm sitting there and I'm laying out. I'm like getting pieces. You're measuring. I need a long piece here of toilet paper and another piece, and you're trying to cover that toilet seat, right? But it was an automatic flushing toilet.
Oh
so
yeah.
Time you
That's
get
happened to me
way
too.
down.
Yeah. And then flush.
And then it all goes. You're like, oh man, I gotta start all over again.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I don't know if I've ever told this story. It's not my story to tell, but friend of the show, James Bush. This is a classic. Same thing happened to him. We went to the same high school. He's in class. His stomach starts acting up. Doesn't want to use the regular bathroom because of how terrible it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's like, I know. The nurse's office.
That's
always its own bathroom.
That was always the trick.
It's gonna be clean. So he goes to the nurse, and she's like, "Why are you here?" He can't just be like, "I just gotta take a dump in your bathroom."
I gotta use your bathroom.
So he's like, "Oh, I'm not feeling good." She's like, "Okay, go lay down on the little cot."
Yeah.
So he like pretended to like he laid down for a minute, and then he's like, I'm gonna use the bathroom. So he said he went in there, and it was just one of those like he just destroyed it. It was just bad, where he was just like flushing and flushing and flushing, but it was just a foul stench, right? And so he's like, but he's like, thank God I'm in the nurse's bathroom, like, yeah. So he's done. Oh, and then someone starts knocking on the door, jiggling the door handle, and he's like, hold on, someone's in here, and they just keep trying to get in. And he's like, come on, somebody's in here. So he finally finishes, he opens the door, and he comes face to face with a girl who is in the same class with him at that moment.
Oh, no.
And so he's like, they make eye contact, and he could just tell that she catches a whiff. She makes this face, and he's like, oh no. So he walks back to class, and he's just like, please let that girl not, hope she went home.
Please let her die from the smell.
Sure enough, here she comes 10 minutes later. She sits down, whispers something to the girl sitting next to her. They both look at him. And he just wants to die.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, in high school is rough. Oh, goodness. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. Tune in next week. We're talking some really big things. We know somebody who cloned a cat. We don't know him, but we read about him.
Practically know him.
There's some stuff going on the moon that Marty needs to tell us about.
I got a book review, too.
Dawn's got a book review.
We're going to find out where raisins come from.
I might have a baby, so we'll find out what's going on.
Yeah, he's looking pretty big. He's showing right now.
Yeah, so we got a lot happening. My goodness. Tell a friend. Spread the news. We love having you here. And remember to, in our show notes, there's a little area that you can join the show by donating to the show, and then you can come be in studio. So we welcome you to be in studio, join the club. We'd love to have you on and sit in the corner and watch us eat snacks.
We're going to get some no-talent skins in the Fortnite. That's coming.
There you go.
I can't wait to see my skin. That'll be awesome.
Won't be as good as the Fantastic Four skin that I bought.
Yeah, you have a fantastic Four skin.
All right, thank you, everybody. We're out.
5 stars, correct number of stars.